Okay, so this is our last section in Chapter 1. This is Chapter 1, Section 10. And now we're just modeling with functions. So we're going to be using functions to represent things in word problems and real-life problems. This paper that you get, or this box that you see at the top here, we've just got some formulas of things that might be helpful in this section, formulas that you might not remember off of the top of your head. And all we're really going to do is go into 2 examples, and then we're not really learning anything new. We're just using what we've already learned in this section, or in this chapter. So the first example, it says a car rental agency charges $180 per week plus 25 cents per mile to rent a car. Part A says, express the weekly cost to rent a car as a function of the number of miles driven during the week. So for 1 week, it would cost, if we're writing a function, let's use function notation, $180 per week, so 180 plus 25 cents per mile. Now, I need to define a variable here, so I'm going to let m equal miles driven. Okay. And f of x represents the weekly cost. Okay. So, we have 180 for the week plus 25 cents per mile. And that's our function for part A. Then part B is asking us, how many miles did you drive during the week if the weekly cost to rent the car was $3.95? So that's not telling us how many miles, it's asking how many miles. So they're giving us a number to plug in for f of x, and they're giving us $3.95. And we need to solve for m. So subtracting 180 from both sides, we have, let's see, go ahead and calculate that on your calculator. We want to make sure that we're getting familiar with our calculators and used to using them. So we have 215 is equal to 0.25 m. And then solving for the miles, 860. So that means we defined m, so we need to make sure that we explain what this means. We drove 860 miles. And that's our answer. Okay. So this is our answer for part A. This is our answer for part B. Now looking at the next example, it says, zoom out a little bit here, it says you have 600 feet of fencing to enclose a rectangular field. So as soon as I see rectangular field, I'm drawing a picture. And we have 600 feet to go around the field. It says express the area of the field as a function of one of its dimensions, x. So the area, or the perimeter around it, the fencing that's going around it, is 600 feet. And we really don't know what the dimensions are, but I'm going to define one of them as x. And since it's a rectangle, I know those two sides are equal. And then whatever 600 is minus 2x is going to be split up between these two. We know those two sides are going to be equal. So I have 600 minus 2x, and I need to split this between these two sides. So divided by 2. Okay. So 600 minus 2x divided by 2. And this can simplify. We can say 300 minus x. And it's asking us to express the area. So area is length times width. So my length times my width here. So these are the two pieces we're looking at. We've got x times 300 minus x. And that's going to be our area. We're not given any numbers here or anything, so we're just writing a function. You could also write your area as 300x minus x squared. You could also write area is equal to negative x squared plus 300x. Both of those are okay as well. And that's the end of section 10.